Thought for the day. Living in a state of gratitude is the gateway to grace.
Welcome to 7 Minutes for Yourself. I'm Christina Aina, and I'm so glad you've joined me for what I believe will be 7 of the most enriching minutes of your day. Let's take this time to reconnect with ourselves and improve our well-being.
In today's episode of 7 Minutes for Yourself, we are reminded of the importance of shifting our focus from what we don't have to the blessings that we do. Have a listen.
So today I'm going to talk about how to practice gratitude. So what is gratitude? Gratitude is the practice of acknowledging the good that is around us while also bringing us into the present moment. It is a grounding exercise that helps us be more conscious. So my relationship with gratitude was non-existent for quite some time because I never was modeled a practice of gratitude in my home. Thinking back, what I heard more about was not what was present, or what we were grateful for or happy about, but instead was what was absent. My environment focused a lot more on lacking and the stressful things in our life, as opposed to the things that we are grateful for or that exist and just are. All right, so what do I mean that gratitude is grounding or helps us build consciousness? When we engage in a practice of identifying what things that are present, that which is in our environment, that brings us into presence because we have to be here to notice it. We can't be lost in thought about what happened yesterday or tomorrow. Practicing gratitude is grounding in that way, tuning in to our surroundings and what is here, whether it's the house over our head, the nature outside, the relationships that we have, that grounds us in the presence of that which is. So this just simply was something I never experienced. So when I started to hear about gratitude and gratitude practices, as I'm sure a lot of us had, I had really no idea and I was rolling my eyes. I didn't think it was that powerful because I never experienced it. So a lot of you out there might be relating to this because we just aren't practiced in focusing on what we do have present and what we're grateful for. So how do we begin a practice of gratitude? The first thing we could do is create a gratitude journal. In it, we want to set aside a small amount of time and we can begin with listing one thing that we're grateful for that exists in the present moment. A second thing we can do is we can use nature. Nature is always present to us. The tree outside, being grateful for the breeze or the warmth of the sun after a streak of days where there was no sun. Nature is always present. Focusing on that which is there is a practice of gratitude. We can also express gratitude for the people in our lives. Do you have that friend or that person that you're just grateful for? Reach out, make contact with that person. So those 3 steps will get you started. Some things to remember. First and foremost, for those of you like myself that this is new for, it might feel weird at first. It might feel silly. It might feel wacky. That doesn't mean it's the wrong thing. It just means it's something new. Which brings us to the second point, which is that it takes practice. We're actually refiring and laying some new neural pathways in our brain. So the repetition of this, listing that one thing each and every day for say 30 days is a great way to start to lay this new gratitude pathway in our brains. Those of us who have never practiced that, again, this is new. This might feel weird and it will be unfamiliar. The third thing I just want to offer us all to remember that this practice does not mean we are invalidating very real negative things that are in our life. That can exist as well, right? Gratitude doesn't mean that all of our life we're grateful for, that everything is going positively. Holding space for the things that aren't so great, but practicing noticing what things that are there and that we are grateful for can go a long way. So I hope you found this video helpful. I know incorporating a gratitude practice into my day really created change in my life, and I hope it does in yours as well.
That concludes today's episode of 7 Minutes for Yourself. Please take a moment to rate and review the show on Apple Podcasts. Today and every day with your kiddo is a gift. Enjoy it. Thanks for tuning in.